Hey everyone, Phi Farley here, February 17th, college basketball best bet here coming to you in just 1 second on a short slate, but a good slate today, in my opinion, of college basketball. I'm going to get to that off a win yesterday. Nice job if you followed along on the under there, San Diego State, Boise State. Kind of as thought once the game got down to it, San Diego State winning through the defense. Very, very good job, solid performance there to get a win out of Boise. So they should have a pretty, outside of a road game in Nevada, should have a pretty good shot at staying undefeated into the tournament. Good job for them. So another nice win. Looking for another one today. Okay, so before we get into the best bet, let me first say thank you to subscribers. I appreciate it. And if you're new, if you haven't subscribed, take a second, do so. Get my picks as soon as they come out. And if you want them even earlier, by the way, I should note this, patreon.com/Phi Farley has my picks posted first always. So when this video is coming out, the picks were already posted on patreon.com/Phi Farley. That's what the site is for. All right, so now let's talk about some of the games that are bigger games, because I capped those ones first and then went down to the smaller conferences after that. One of note, I right away went to the Notre Dame side, excited to look at them, but really we got to take a look at who's going to be playing for North Carolina. Injuries and you know, this line originally was 6, put down to 3, is now been bet up to 3.5 at this point. More money coming in on Notre Dame. For me, it was Notre Dame or bust. I'm not looking at North Carolina side, but at this point, definitely not a best bet place for me. Now let's also talk about Kansas hosting Iowa State. Kansas quite capable of covering the 17, now 16. Some books 16.5. But next up, they have Baylor. So, you know, you really have to weigh that into your capping if you're looking to take the Kansas side. For me, it's Iowa State or bust. So I'm going to continue to look at that. I don't see how Kansas is going to be that motivated after already throttling Iowa State up in Iowa, is now going to be motivated to blow the doors off here, even though they're very capable of doing so. Next up is Baylor, and Iowa State's probably going to be motivated to put out a decent performance. But, you know, that said, I still haven't made a pick either way on that one. Finally, I'm going to put 2 cents on this game. Big Sky, Idaho going to Portland State. Both these teams playing my alma mater, Eastern Washington, number 2 in the Big Sky. Idaho winning on the road as the number, what are they, like 10th in the Big Sky, and dumping Eastern Washington in Cheney. Pretty impressive. Portland State, on the other hand, has a pretty good home court advantage in the Big Sky, and they dropped the game to Eastern Washington to follow that up. So both teams coming off a high and a low. And this line is set for a Portland State blowout. That one looking towards the Portland State side, even though, so I'm not sure there's going to be a play there on that one, but my reaction is to say Idaho's coming off a high, Portland State needs to bounce back, and they're at home, and they play a good home court advantage there in Portland, but more to come. Again, patreon.com/Phi Farley will have all the plays. Now let's talk about the best bet of the day. All right. Speaking of home court advantage, in the MEAC, you get a lot of home court advantage between all the teams. North Carolina Central, for example, is undefeated at home. Norfolk, where I'm going for a best bet, is 9-1 at home. They're hosting Coppin State, who on the road has 4 wins all season. I think they're 4-12. And really not a lot to get overly excited about. I mean, you could say that they had 2 games on the road. Whoops, I was looking at Norfolk real quick. There's a couple games on the road where they did compete, however, not against the upper echelon in the conference. They already played Norfolk and lost by a solid 23. Norfolk, on the other hand, double-digit wins throughout all year at home. Let's see, if we go back, the last one against Morgan State did not hit double digits. However, Delaware State was a nice 28-point victory. Florida A&M, which is a superior team to Coppin by far, was a 28-point win. South Carolina State was an 11-point win. Maryland Eastern Shore, pretty inferior team, but a 10-point win. But then Cookman was a 13-point win. So there's a lot of home court advantage, and that's the whole conference this year that I just rattled through. So there's been one game all year that was Morgan State, which was an 5-point win to this point. So one game all year that did not cover this number. Don't know how Coppin's going to be the one to do it. Really, where do you find the motivation? This is one where Coppin's 4-8 in conference, 8-19 on the season. They are not going to be battling anywhere close to the top of the conference. And meanwhile, Norfolk could end up with the sole possession of first place by the end of the day. So I think this has got Norfolk written all over it. I think they get a win by 10 plus. We're laying 9.5, so we got a good spot. Give me the Spartans minus the 9.5 daily best bet. Good luck, everyone, today. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Hit the notification bell, and check out patreon.com/Phi Farley. Good luck.